I want to thank you for coming to this Friday evening gathering. I do not want to rush back into a new thing. So I have questions for you tonight. We did something really big. How to bring back prosperity, law, and order. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. How many people have watched it? This is a participatory meeting tonight. I'm not coming to teach. I'm not coming to lead a guided session. I'm here just to provoke your memory to recall things that we did. So let's begin with this. What was that about? Videos number 1 to 5 of how to bring back prosperity, law, and order. What was it about? Anybody give us a summary? Let me know that you got it. I want this thing to enter into you, to be inside you, so that it can do what it was supposed to do. Anybody?
We're talking about the period of fasting that we from Monday, right?
We did a service on Wednesday, and the title of that service was How to Bring Back Prosperity, Law, and Order, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. If you have watched it, tell us what it was about. If you were in that meeting, tell us what it was about. A summary.
I went through quite a few of it, and I remember from what I watched so far and being in the
How many have you watched?
That I did the first 2.
Okay.
So, but I can remember most of it.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I know based on the reading in relation to what you taught, we are reminded that ancient events reoccur.
Yep.
They keep reoccurring.
Yep.
Right. We are also taught that the teaching or the messages is sort of like a message of hope for us who are believers and who are also partners of your ministry, that no matter what is happening around us and what is to come, we have to remain hopeful because prosperity, happiness, and the good things of life are already ours.
All right. One thing that I was not talking about was hope. I wasn't talking about hope. I don't even remember even mentioning the word hope, because this is not about hope. This is about reality in the now.
Yes, in terms of not giving up.
Okay, in terms of not giving up, how do you explain that better than using the word hope? Do a better job at it, Samantha. You were told don't give up. The word is be strong. Don't give up, for your works will be rewarded. You see, these things are inside me. It's recorded in me. But I also went back and I've watched the 5 videos. I've watched them like about 6 times, each of it, in order to get something for myself. It says, be strong, powerful words. Don't give up, for your works will be rewarded. You are not to give up the things you are doing right now, the job you are, your professional skills that you are now. Because of how things are happening, you give up. your plans, your dreams. You have things you've already written, and things are going to happen that will make you to become weak, to become cheap, to want to give it up. He said, because what you are doing right now is going to be rewarded. So that's not about hope. That's about, yes, I'm getting it now. And it will begin to happen. Okay. Samantha, go on if you're not yet done. We want to hear more from you. You have more to say.
I was just I think the final thing I can say is that we are. It's almost as if from the message you gave that our faith is being tested in terms of no matter what we see happening around us. If we know who the God of Idika Imeri is, then we know we are not to be shaken and moved.
Number two, your faith is not being tested. We didn't use the word hope. We never used the word faith. We never used the word tested.
Well, that's my interpretation of it.
So that's your interpretation of it, is hope and your faith being tested, but that's not what it was about. But I'm glad that at least you can add some fish and meat and vegetable to the soup. Make sure you bring me some soup from St. Lucia, That's all I can say.
Yes, but at least,
yeah.
But at least from the teaching, from the message, that we are not to be afraid.
There you go.
We have to remain strong.
There you go. There's no place for fear. There's no place for weakness. There's no place to be broke. There's no place not to continue what you are doing.
Yes.
See, I woke up this morning. I went to bed. I've been going to bed like when you are sleeping, I'm at work. So by the time those of you who are returning back, who are waking up, by the time you're waking up, that's when I'm still at work. So sometimes I'm sleeping like around 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll have to wake up like around 12. Or sometimes I go to bed like 7 or 8. That's how it has been happening. I finish the work that I was doing because I come to work like I am going to work in an office. So it's not something like I just wear my pajamas and come to the office. No. I go take my bath, I brush my teeth, I groomed, I iron my clothes, I polish my shoe, I dress up, I go for my morning meditation, I go for my morning communion, then I come to work. And I must put up at least 10 hours of work, sometimes 11, sometimes 12, sometimes 16, sometimes more. Sometimes I work 24 hours, sometimes more than that. Then I go take my bath, and then I go to bed. Only when I'm hungry, really, or I need nutrients that I eat. I do not eat because that's the time to eat. I don't. I only eat when I am really seriously hungry or I need some nutrient. That's how I eat. So there's nothing like I have to eat at 5. I have to eat breakfast at that. I have to eat lunch at that. That's not how my routine works. I don't eat like that. Because if you know that one of the parents was bigger than the other, and part of the family that you were born, like my father's side, the boys are big. They are big boys. The girls are not. In my mother's side, they are not really. They are in between. When you see that that you have a body that can easily absorb carbohydrate, absorb things and return it, and doesn't want to let it go. It will absorb salt and sugar and doesn't want to let it go. Then you have to eat differently. If not, you'll be like exactly where you came out. Your family line, you will be like that. The sickness that ran in that family will run in you. So you have to find a different pattern of life from outside that culture. So that's why I don't eat like 7 o'clock. I have to take breakfast. No. 12 or 1 lunch. No. Evening 5 o'clock 6 you have to go for dinner. That's not me. Because what runs in the family will begin to run in me. And I have made it. I have lived longer than a lot of people in my father's family and in my mother's family. I've lived longer. And I still want to make it even far more than they did. So Samantha, thank you so much. Thank you so much for breaking the ice. Next person. If you have also, I want anyone who had, why I'm asking this question is, I want you, when you watch the program, you see, when the video is released, many people don't watch them because they say, oh, I was in that service. But when you are asked questions pertaining to the service that you were, the meeting that you attended, you won't be able to remember anything. How I know that you are retaining stuff is that you wrote a question to ask me, or you wrote something that you heard in that meeting that you've decided, this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to do this with it. Then what you wrote down, which is your response. So either there is a question or a response. Those are the two things that I want. So Samantha, make sure you write it down. How to respond to my meetings is either you have a question or you want to respond to it. And a response means what you are going to do with what you heard. So make sure you put it down for me, what a response means. So if you keep quiet, it means you didn't, either you were not there, or you are not interested in what we are doing, or you were just there to fulfill all righteousness, but it has nothing to do with you. When I woke up, I said when I woke up, when I got off, in fact, while it was like 7 o'clock, I was still here. 8 o'clock, I was still here. By the time that I called Mary, and then I check in with Vivian for the day, for schedules and all that other things, I've already bought stocks that is worth $3,000 US. So while you are waking up, I'm already buying stocks at Wall Street. You should know that. See? So by the time the bell ring at Wall Street for the stock market to begin, I've already bought stock before the stock market begins. I've already looked at from my place. When you see, when I do my job, I will stop to do my prayer at the altar and so on. It's from there, then I'll go and look at the stocks to know. See, the coronavirus has taught me what is it that will always sell. And that is always what I buy. I've already bought 3,000. When I finish this service, I'm going to buy another one that will be worth 2,000. So that by tomorrow, Friday, when the stocks, when they begin to rally, you see, I waited. I didn't buy when everything was falling, going down. No. I waited until the states are opening back up. And I know exactly which ones people are going to go for again. The one that people have already been with. Then I went for that one. Then I went for the ones that are like the second things. those one could be affected by another coronavirus, another bacteria, or stampede of social upheavals or events. But I already have the ones that cannot be affected. People will always use it. They can't live without it. That's what I go for. So think about that. Think about that. I'm not gonna go into the nitty-gritty of stocks and ETF and this and that. I'm not going into it, because that is for those at the BMC level of our machinery. That's for them. That's their privileged lifestyle. For those in the winners club, is to bring you into the BMC. Is to tell you the lifestyle that you are going to begin to pattern yourself to live. This is the way your life. There are things that I want to put in place for you, so that when you become a multi-millionaire with the BMC, then you already have a pattern to follow. Like let me share something. Those of you with the BMC will no longer be permitted to watch teachings and sermons of pastors. You won't be able, because you won't have time for that nonsense. It's not going to be of any use to you. You're going to focus on money, and you're going to focus on our meetings, and you're going to focus on purchasing businesses and investments. That's because how can you be sitting down for hours and studying about money, and then that's the time that you are using, that privileged time that you should be using to be studying about money, knowing what to invest in, what store you should be getting a loan to go and buy? Is that the time that you should be using to go and be watching people preaching a sermon to you? Of what use is it? It's of no use. That's why he said, you will spot a fool by what they do with their time. So of no use. Is that going to make you money? No. A fool is somebody whom God has given you opportunity to make money, and you are looking for somebody to pray for you to receive a miracle of money. That's not how it works. You have to be already on a thing that is making you money. Then God sees that you are consistent on it. Then God then come to give you miracles. Miracle will not come before the job. The job comes before the miracle. Inheritance will not come before the job. You must already have discipline, and you're into something. Some of you have asked you, send 5,000, send 10,000, that I will do something for it for you. When it comes to money, that's when I know who is who. Because majority of you are just waiting for God to drop money down from heaven, whereas he is giving you ways of getting the money. I dictated about 30-something stuff to Vivian. I can't remember whether it's this morning or whether it was last night. I can't remember when. Vivian, when was that time? Because I don't know time anymore.
This morning.
Okay, this morning. Because I can't even know when I'm talking to somebody. I can't know when, whether it was night or evening and so on. I don't know anymore. Because this house has been put together in such a way that what I saw in Vegas, I copied and I brought it down here. I went to different casinos and see how their rooms are put together, especially the costly ones. I want to be inside because I promised myself from 2020, I can never be outside there to be suffering from the humidity. No way. I have to make the house bulletproof from humidity. Yeah, I have to have a lot of blackout curtains so that if you are inside here, you don't know when it's morning, you don't know when it's afternoon, you don't know when it's night. You don't know. And that's how the house is. You have to make your life the way you want it, so that you'll be able to function. I sent something for the guy that works for me from Bangladesh for him to release a flyer for my birthday and for my audit, and I've waited for it since Monday. Come on, I'm like, you know what? The Holy Spirit said to me, listen, you don't need to wait. When you want somebody to do something for you, you give them 24 hours. They can't deliver, boom, pick somebody else. I went and looked it up, saw a guy from Benin in West Africa. I told him, are you awake and can you deliver this to me at so and so time? He said, yes. Give me a quote. He gave me. I said, I accept. Go to work. He's on work right now. It doesn't mean that the older you become, the less passion you have. That is for kids. You can't run around anymore. You can't move. You can't dance. You can't do things. You are too old. That's not how business people operate. God is not too old, even if he's the Ancient of Days. If you think that because you came to the service, to that meeting, and you heard all of it, I ask you, what question did you have for me? What question do you have for us? And what is your response? What did you write down that you are going to do with it? I walk out of that meeting and I say to myself, I ask myself one question. Is it time for me to begin buying stocks? Is it time for me to talk to my bank and the different banks? That's why I want to come to New York, because I have people in high places at Chase and City that I want to talk to. Because it's a big money I need to buy a certain business. This is not about politics. This is about your life. So I made up my mind. When I heard what I heard on Wednesday night, it provoked me to passion that I do not have a God that is sitting on the throne and just watching things. That's not how God operates. Let's go to somebody else. Samantha, if you are not yet done, then you still have the floor. The floor of this, the floor of the Senate is still open for you to speak. You got the floor. You are done?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Where is Diane? Okay, she's not.
Is me.
The next is you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I took from where I listened to naked prophecy, and I have
Whose prophecy?
naked prophecy. Naked prophecy.
Naked prophecy. What is that? What is naked prophecy? Tell us. I'm interested in that.
When 400 prophets came and prophesied to Ahab and Jehoshaphat.
Uh-huh.
And then their prophecy was that the king should go for the battle.
Yep.
And when the man of God came, he prophesied what God had said.
Good. So their prophecy was without cloth. The prophecy of the 400 prophet of Baal was without cloth. It was naked. And the one of Micaiah was clothed. It would have saved that. Do you see something here? You see, the Bible gives you an open book for you to read how human beings respond to things. You are giving people a warning. They are laughing. They are getting upset. Why? Because it did not appeal to their emotion. Make sure you write this powerful key down. If you want to make money and accumulate wealth, Samantha, I hope you're writing.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Your product and services must appeal. Your product and services must appeal to the emotion of the bias. That's it. That's it. That's the powerful key I want you to send to me. If the emotion is 90% and intelligence is 10%, you make money. If the intelligence is 90% and the emotion is 10%, you'll be broke. Make sure you write them down for me. You see, you relate with people from the level of emotion more than the level of intelligence. People don't like too much intelligence. It's horrible. It's frightening. It's too detailed. A lot is needed from people. They don't want it. Mary, continue.
Yes. So, I learned from that portion that latest prophecy is whereby those people will say things, but it does not come from God. And
Good.
warning is, I have to be very careful of anybody or anyone that comes or appears in the prophecy of God.
Uh-huh.
No to anyone you don't know who will give you prophecy.
There you go.
So, the one you know and believe in, and you know that he is a child of God from God, a man from God, is the one you listen to.
There you go.
Not anybody.
There you go. I have been talking for some years about that. When it comes to marriage, you don't need prophecy. And someone challenged me. So I sent a question to the network of the real prophets. I'm talking of real prophets. Many of them you don't know them because they are hidden away. Those are the real people. I'm one of them. And they told me that they have a video for me to watch, so as to reassure myself that I'm doing the right thing, that everything that I speak about is directly from heaven. There's nothing that comes from me that is not from heaven. None is from me.
Yeah.
So they sent me a video yesterday for me to watch. And it was from Archbishop Benz, because they know I'm close to the man. And they know that the man's spirit is part of me. They didn't pick from any other person. I was shocked. They said, watch this video. And I was watching the video. Do you know what the man said? He was talking to a lady. The lady wanted to marry, something like that. He said to the lady, do not marry that man. Leave that man alone. The lady said, Papa, because that's what they call Benson House. I said, Papa, but I love the man. My family loved the man. Everybody loved this man. This man is a good man. Papa said to him, listen. And then the girl said something very interesting. He said, I have received so many prophecies from men of God and women of God, including her own pastor, who is supposed to be a prophet of God, has given her prophecy that she should go ahead and marry the man, that it is from the Lord. And Papa in the house has said to her, listen to me, daughter. You are going to be coming back here to come and kneel and be crying and begging. And I will not know what to do with you. Marriage is not subject to prophecy. It's not something that you bring to the church for church people to come and sit down and gather and judge and do all of that. He says, Papi Dausa took two of his fingers and put over his eyes and said to the girl, you see what I'm doing? Marriage is about opening your eyes. Open your eyes and see whether you like what you are seeing. Can you tolerate what you don't like about that person? You like what you like about that person. There are so many things about that person that you don't know. And that is where prayer comes in. Not prophecy. Lord, expose this person. Allow me to know how this person operates. That is to help you to know whether you can tolerate that. Say, for example, if the man is 500 pounds overweight, is morbidly overweight, can you tolerate that? Can you go with the person? Or if the lady is the same thing, or very short, bald, doesn't like to wear a wig, even though she's bald, can you go out with that person? See, there are things about that person's physical nature, the educational level or professional training level. If you wanted children and the person says she doesn't want, there are different things that has to be talked about. What is that person's sexual appetite? Is it someone that wants sex every day, every other day, once a week, once a month? Or it's not their concern? You have to know all this. It has to be exposed. How do the person handle money? Is it somebody that runs quickly to go and get loans? Is it somebody that buy a lot of things that they don't need with money? Money they should have used for investment. They just waste it. You have to know. If you don't want to know these things, all you want is somebody to pray for you and to prophesy for you so that God take over. Something they think that you should be carrying, you want God to go and carry it for you. That's a shame. That's a disgrace. Papa say, open your eyes and see whether you like what you are seeing. You are able to live with what you see. Don't marry that man. The girl left his presence and went and married a man. Few months later, she came back. They are going through a divorce. Papa said, marriage is not a matter of prophecy. Nobody should give you a prophecy about marrying anybody on the earth. Because it has to do with their mind. Some of you want to marry somebody because the person is born again. Good luck. I have been there myself, so I know what I'm talking about. Good luck to you. I have started classifying people into different classes, into different spirits. There are people in different classes and in different spirits. They are being laid. Their spirit is different. That's why people who go to club are different kinds of people. Prostitutes are different kinds, whether male or female ones. Drug dealers are in a different class, different spirit. There are men and women who are looking for money to just show off, buy things, just nothing in investment. It's a different class. If they come into your life, they want to get things from you quick, make as much money from you as quickly as possible. Because they are afraid that you might throw them away very quickly. Because that's the way they think, that's the way they treat people. It's a different spirit and different lifestyle and class of people. There are people who see human beings as enemies. People to be dominated, people to be tortured, people to be used and people to be dumbed. It's a different way of thinking and spirit. These are all different ones. Many a time you see the same pattern. Women who have one children only, one kids. You see the same spirit. If they are one kids, never married, or were married before and divorced, you see the same pattern running in them. I'm like, what the heck? People with more children from different men or from one man, you see, and they are no longer in a relationship. You see the same spirit, the same pattern working in them. And you start wondering why. Because you are dealing with powers and forces. And these are not subject to whether the person is a Christian or not. You'll come under it. Unless you've decided that that's not what you want for your life. Mary, continue.
Yes, so, and then from naked prophecy, I also learned that failure or success begin with the way you think.
Failure or success begins with the way you think. Big time. Thank you, Mary. That means you were really listening. Are you looking at your notes? I know you write notes because you're a teacher. I know when we say teacher, we are not talking about that she's a Bible teacher, although she's the official Bible teacher of the ministry. But she's been a teacher for almost 30 years. I'm talking of I hate teacher. And you have a principal of a school. She's been that for so many years. So that's why I say so. That's why she keep notes. That's why she listen and take notes. She never listen without taking notes. Success or failure begins with the way you think. Ahab already wrote off Micaiah. He doesn't think anything good about me. I don't need him. But that's the man who came to save his life.
You don't do anything.
And then he refused.
You don't do that kind of thing unless you seek the counsel of the Lord.
Who is this? Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Okay. So, you see, Micaiah came to save the life of Ahab. But Ahab will not take counsel. See, his failure began with the way he thought. Okay, who is the person who is talking about seeking counsel of the Lord? Is that Victoria? Okay, the person doesn't want to speak anymore. Who want to go next? Mary, are you done?
Yes, please.
Okay, who want to go next? Let's make sure we get this.
I just wanted to piggyback on what Mary said. You gave an important key in there too last night. And you were talking about listening and accepting negative prophecies will make you naked, empty, betrayed, and open for attack, disappointment, or even death.
There you go.
And out of that, we had the 11th commandment, and that was, thou shalt not be stupid.
There you go. Thou shalt not be stupid. That is the 11th commandment. But the sons of this world have been, they do not want to obey the 11th commandment. They jump straight to the 12th commandment. You know what the 12th commandment says? I hope you guys are writing it down. The 11th commandment, thou shalt not be stupid. The 12th commandment, thou shalt not be caught. C-A-U-G-H-T.
Okay.
Thou shalt not be caught. So whatever the sons of this world do, they do everything to cover their tracks so that nobody can catch them. Including killing people. So they jump from 11 and they go straight to 12. Thou shalt not be caught. Yeah. There you go. And what do you think is the 13th commandment? Huh? What do you think is the 13th commandment? That one has to do with Lucifer. What is the 13th commandment? Write it down. Thou shalt not keep company with betrayers, liars, manipulators, deceivers, destroyers, and killers. Thou shalt not keep company with them. See, all of that has to do with Lucifer. And people keep company with people who lie to them. You know that the person is no good, but you're willing to play along. And you give excuse why. So the 13th commandment says, thou shalt not be betrayed, thou shalt not be lied to, thou shalt not be deceived. Thou shalt do everything, not allow yourself to be killed, stolen from, all those kind of things. Yeah. And what do you think? What do you think is the 14th commandment? Commandment number 14. And that one is my own. That's mine. That's my own. Number 14 is Idika Imeri's own. Do anyone knows? And it is behind everything people do on the earth. Thou shalt chase and catch money. Mary, that sounds more like you than me. That sounds more like you than me. Thou shalt chase and catch money. Fifteenth commandment. Thou shalt be a builder and accumulate wealth. That's it. It's from number 1 to 15. So 1 to 10, God put it. 11 to 15, I put it. So let's look at what is the 11th commandment. What did it say?
Thou shalt not be stupid.
Thou shalt not be stupid. What about number 12?
Thou shalt not be caught.
Thou shalt not be caught. Number 13.
Thou shalt not keep company with betrayers, liars, manipulators, deceivers, destroyers, and stealers.
There you go. Thou shalt not keep company with those people. It's like trying to love a prostitute or trying to love a drug dealer or politicians or pastors. A lot of pastors, many of them, or lawyers. You know why you cannot keep company with those kind of people? You can only do business with them, and that's it. Nothing more. Be friendly, not friendship. See, those groups that I've mentioned, politicians, business people are part of it. Pastors are part of it. Lawyers are part of it. Those groups. People, if you realize that somebody has a strong appetite for men and for women, sexually and for money, drug dealers, pimps of different kinds, why those group of people, you have to be careful how you relate with them, is because they do not have any alliances. They cannot be an ally to anybody. Do you know that?
Yes.
How do you think that a drug dealer is going to be really friendly with you? No. A girl called me that she wants to be married. I told her, you are not a marrying kind of person. You are not good for marriage. That's what I told her. And that is true. Yeah, she's not a marriage product. She said, why? She's from Asia. I think she's from Thailand. She said, why? Archbishop, you don't like me. I say, I don't know you. So it has nothing to do with me liking you or loving you. I'm just telling you what I was told to tell you. So you are not a marriage product. If you get married, you'll destroy that person, and you'll destroy yourself and that family of that person and your own. She said, why do you say so? I said, because. I said, you want to know the truth? She said, yes. I said, because you have the spirit of a prostitute. She said, hi, who told you about me? I said, listen, you have the spirit of a prostitute. And do you know what that means? She said, no. I said, it means that you love money only. You don't like no human beings on the earth. All you like is money, and that's it. All you want is money, and that's it. You don't like children. You are talking to me about a man that wants kids, at least 2, 3, 4 kids. If a child is living in the complex where you live, I'm talking to somebody all the way in Thailand. You hear the sound of a baby crying, it upsets you. She said, how do you know about me? I said, because I am a guide, I see. They make me see you. So how can you stand when a baby needs to be nursed constantly? A baby needs to be cleaned constantly, play with. Sometimes you can't sleep. But then the first 2 years of their lives, you won't be able to really have good sleep. And you are not that type. I told her that everything for you is a show. You have that baby. In fact, just being pregnant will upset you. And you will hate the man. And you start planning how to destroy that man. So don't ever try to get married. You go ahead, disobey me, go into marriage, and you will not last. You destroy somebody, and somebody will destroy you. You become enemies. You have to let people know what kind of spirit they are. People have to be told what kind of spirit they are. Vivian, thank you for giving us that great insight. Who wanna go next? Who want to go next? So we had only Vivian, Mary, Samantha. Okay, what is the question?
The question is that big thing will happen, or this big thing will come to you when there is no meeting. My question is that let's say at the job place, is it that God had already assigned your the position or a position or an increase of your salary?
Your attitude to that work and the way you do that job. If it is your calling kind of job, your training kind of job, even if it's not a calling, I think you are trained for it. If you are doing it for the right people, your promotion will come from it. Your promotion will come from that job. And sometimes while you are on it, if it was not the perfect will job, or you are just doing it because what you are trained to do, or the job of favor is not, this is what we call job of favor. So make sure you write it down, Mary, so that I can talk to you more about it. There are different kinds of job, but there is the one we call the job of favor. If the job of favor is not there at that time, and you are just doing that to pass time, but you are doing the best out of it, whether they promote you or not, you do it. If you ask God to take you to your job of favor, that's where your promotion and everything will be. And sometimes you are at your job of favor, you'll be given a free car, house will come, everything will come to you easily. From there, you go ahead to build your own business, or you've been investing and you've made so much money that you can take some time to use that money to begin to do big things. It is until God sees you in your place of assignment, or the place you've assigned yourself, or the thing you've decided to be doing on a daily basis that brings you money, then you see God come alongside you. It is until that happens, then the major miracles break. It comes to you. Nobody simply walked into a miracle in the Bible. Miracle walk into them after they've stepped into it. See, it was until Elisha reached after having the coat, the cloak, the gown of Elijah. He did not stand there and start to cry and say, I don't know whether this thing will work or not. There was no miracle happening when he got it. No miracle. The sons of the prophet were at the other side watching. They saw what happened. He didn't stand there crying and say, I don't know how my master did it. I don't know whether I'm able to be like him. But you are the one who asked for a double portion of his spirit. Do you not know that what you asked for will come upon you? And then he said to you, if you see me going up, then you'll get what you want. And purposely, Elijah dropped his coat and said, I'm not going to heaven with it. You can have it. Let it be the symbol of my power as God's man, as the horses and chariots of Israel, the sons and daughters of El. So Elisha knew he got it. He got it. So he walked right to the Jordan and hit it. Where is the God of Elijah, my master? Boom! The water split. He hit it with that coat. and the water split into two and he passed. So there is no use praying and coming to our classes and meetings when you don't want to apply nothing. What I'm doing it to succeed. I'm not doing it for fun. I'm not doing it to play. I'm doing it to succeed. Never do anything with anybody who you cannot trust them. For example, we were talking, you cannot trust somebody with the spirit of a prostitution. You can never, because they have no alliances. Whoever can have them. You cannot have alliance. You cannot go to trust a pimp or a drug dealer because they don't believe in anybody. Everyone is a suspect. They don't know who will betray them. Therefore, they will betray you quick. That's why you go into any city, you want to know everything about that city. Go to homeless people. Homeless people have no alliances. Majority of them. Go to the prostitute, find where the prostitutes are in that city. Go to them and talk to them. Give them little money, they will spew everything. They will just spill it out. Find drug dealers, and they will tell you everything. You cannot have alliance with somebody who is a drug addict, a sex addict, a gambling addict, an alcoholic. They can't keep secret. They will spew it out. They will spill it out to anybody who can buy it. They will give their body to anybody who can afford it. They will sell the drug to anybody who, even if it's going to kill people, even if whatever all these groups I've mentioned, even whatever they are going to do is going to destroy people, destroy their families, destroy their bodies, they don't care. So why do you want to befriend people that doesn't know what an ally means? Real friendship is people who stand by you. Who said, because of you and because I trust me, I love me, I cannot sell me. I cannot betray me, and I cannot betray somebody or people who have their faith in me. I will spend time and be on my job until I become somebody. That's why number 15, the 15th commandment is very important. Thou shalt not keep alliances or companionship with people who they cannot be allies. There's nothing you can do to...
The commandment says that thou shalt be a builder.
Oh, 15th commandment. Okay, that's not the one. Which one? Which one talks about? Oh, number 13. Number 13. Yeah, number 13. That's Lucifer. Number 13. And everyone who follow him are in that category. 14 is mine. And 15. The 14th commandment and 15th commandment are my own. 13 is Lucifer and his forces. They don't keep truth. Even if they are telling you something that looks like the truth, they can't keep it. They are only telling you for what they can get out of it. There's no responsibility for anything. Thou shalt not keep company with people like that who will betray you. Somebody called me. Yeah, somebody called me yesterday. I said, you send me a text message and said you'll be calling me on Monday morning. Yesterday was Thursday. You are not somebody that keep your word. We are talking of very serious things that were supposed to be done. And I said to her, I I'm pretty sure that you are not from Barbados. You were just passing through Barbados. So that's why you were born there. Because everyone I know from Barbados, they have strong legal minds. They are strong people. They are hardworking people. So I don't know about your own. So we are going to find out who your father is. Because I'm pretty sure he's not from Barbados. You do all that talk, 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 talk. When it comes to execution, you can't. Because almost everyone I know from Barbados are well educated. Or they are on a great job. That I know for sure. So where do you come from in Barbados? I want to know. Who is your father? And it's possible that the father might not be from Barbados, or the mother. Who knows? So get out from the phone, please. You are a partner with Idika Imeri's ministry, and you will call us once in a year to chat and to talk. Do you think I have time for that nonsense? How much have you ever given to my mission? Nothing. This is a woman who I said to her, go back to Western Union, take back the money. We don't receive money from Western Union. Go to PayPal. This is a woman with a master's degree. 2 of it for that matter. Go to PayPal, go to Zelle. You have all this. She went, took back the money. Then she went and bought rice and fish and chicken and ate with it. just $50. We're talking of $50. A master's degree holder find it difficult to give $50. She went and bought rice and beans with fish and chicken and ate. And then ran away. And then since devils have no shame, they will keep away for so long, then they will call thinking that you've forgotten. Who told you that dementia and Alzheimer run in my family? It doesn't. That was the first thing I reminded her. Then there is another guy who sent me money by Western Union, about $300 or so. I told her, take it back. He went and took it back. I was there when he took it back. The person is from Canada. I said, send it through MoneyGram or send it through all these apps or send it through PayPal. The person went and bought gas and bought food and bought other things. And what happened? His condition got worse. I don't even answer such people because they have no alliances. Who has something else to conclude here so that we go? I want to make sure that when you see the videos or you participate in the meetings and in the services, in the classes and all kind of stuff that we do, I want to make sure that you have a question to ask or you written down a response to it. Because you want it to stay inside you. You want it to become a seed that has grown and produce 100-fold. You want to stop here for today, unless somebody has a question to ask?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, when we had this picture about the king of Judah and the king of Israel, it was intermingling with the marriage and about business. I understand you can do business with either parties, but what does unequal yoke mean? Because that's the New Testament. What
Do you go into, when you go into a store to go and buy fish, chips, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or that drink that is in England, or to go and buy outfits, shoes, handbags, do you know who is selling it to you?
No.
There you go. But do you buy it?
Yes, you do, yes.
Good. When you go into a restaurant to eat your favorite food, and you sit and they bring it to you, you pay and you sit down, you eat and you drink. Do you know who cooked that food?
No.
Do you eat it?
Yep.
Good. There you go. So that's the answer to your question. So
Yes.
when it comes to business and to money and to marriage and all this, if it is something that you really like, is something that you know will work for you, cannot disappoint you, the food tastes good, you don't care whether the person who is cooking it worships Shiva, the god of the dead, whether they worship Krishna, whether they worship whatever, whether they are Muslims, whether they are traditional Chinese ancestral worshippers that they get possessed. I don't think you've ever seen Chinese people get possessed by their ancestors. They do it. Every year when they celebrate the different years of each animal, like this year is the year of the rat, they have a celebration, the Chinese New Year. During the Chinese New Year, you will see certain people are prepared to be possessed by the spirit of ancient Chinese ancestors, and they become possessed, and then they prophesy. So prophecy is not just in Christianity, it's in ancient Chinese cultures too, and also in Tibetan Buddhist practices they have it, Hindus practices they have it. There are certain kinds of Islam that you have it too. So when it comes to business and investment, it has nothing to do with unequally yoke or yoke and all of that. It that does not come there. It's not part of the law. The law of the universe the law of Christianity is not that. The law of Christianity doesn't function there.
What does that?
Unequally yoked. Unequally yoked means a lot of stuff. Number one, you are not told to marry somebody who is not a Christian. The person must be a Christian, but the person must be not an extremist Christian, not legalistic Christian, not too progressive Christian that they abandon the real thing, not a poor Christian. The Bible doesn't allow you to marry poor people. The Bible doesn't allow you to marry weak people. The Bible does not allow you to marry cheap people. And if you know that the person is practicing a religion, for example, I don't allow Christians, I don't allow Christians to marry Hindus or to marry Buddhists or Muslims. It's of no use. That is already that's already interpret that unequally yoked. Because the teaching of the Quran says that if a Muslim marries a non-Muslim of any culture or religion, they should give that person some years for that person to cross from their culture, from their religion to a Muslim religion. If they do not, the Quran allows that person either to be kicked out of that marriage or to be killed. There are certain things in the Quran that really, they should have deleted them. Including the children born into that will be seen as bastard children. So there are things in certain religion I would like Christians to keep to only Christians. Unless you come in contact with certain people of certain religion that have been tried in the fire, that they are not practicing Muslims, practicing Buddhists, practicing Hindus, and they are willing to join your own faith and stay with you, and not when things go wrong, they run back to their own. So unequally yoked, that is it. Because I will not allow any of my partner to go and marry a Muslim man who enjoy watching people being beheaded, being tortured. That is certain things they have in their religion that doesn't make sense to me. The Jewish religion dropped it a long time ago. Christian dropped it a long time ago. We don't practice that, even though it is in our own writing too, in the sacred scriptures. Somebody commit adultery, you have to stone them, you have to cut their head off, all that kind of rubbish. If you don't like the person anymore, let the person go their way. That's somebody else's daughter or somebody else's son. Marriage doesn't give you the right for you to go and kill somebody in the name of marriage. People have the right to their lives. So that's what we mean by unequally yoked. Sometimes you bring somebody of other religion and culture to come and work with you. You're paying them very well. They start thinking of a way to destroy your business and then go and open their own with your own money. They start thinking of a way to kill you. Those are all unequally yoked, which come back to what I've been saying all along. Open your eyes. Unequally yoked is even in Christianity and Jewish religion. You marry somebody who you think is the same religion with you, speaking in tongue, prophesying, healing, singing in the choir, doing all this, going on evangelistic thing, going to win souls for Jesus, and yet their real character outside the church thing is horrible. And they will quarrel with you and do you things until you fall down and die because of stroke, heart attack. And that's their real life. Unequally yoked with Christians. Come back to open your eyes, to really study them. If you ask somebody questions about things and they do not want to answer you, you let them go. They are not yet ready for business or for relationship. And if they start quarreling with you, why are you asking? Why are you this? Just let the person go. It's not worth it. Beatrice, you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Don't let anybody make a mess of you. Everything comes back to a person's conscience, the way people think, the way people process things. There are people who, no matter how much Christianity they have, no matter how much education they have, they will still be village idiots, village fools. They will never change. They cannot change. Because they like the lifestyle that they grew up with, the lifestyle they've acquired.
So in the Old Testament, in the time of Israel, the history of Israel, that wasn't the case. They could marry anyone, even though they did worship Baal. Was that?
Well, Solomon did marry people from other race. David too did marry people outside Israel. They did. They had it going on, you know. Esther married an emperor who wasn't a Jewish person. Joseph married a pagan, the leader of pagan religion in Egypt. Daniel saved under pagan kings. All these people. Esther married a pagan king.
Yeah.
So you look at the Bible, is there? Ruth came from a pagan background. Yeah. Came from Moab, where they do horrible things. But you can see that within each of these cultures and whatever they worshipped, you have people who had conscience, who are better than Jewish and Christians. They have them. So it all comes back to, what do you want? And are you willing to study the person? Are you willing to know who this person really is? I have a lot of Muslim, Buddhist, Hindus friends. More of the Buddhists. Because the Buddhist people are more of the intellectual. They are more of the science and technology. Science and technology. Lot of them. Because Buddhism has no God. I hope you know that. You are your own God. So you give them freedom for them to explore the mind realm. That's why they're always coming up with new things in science and tech. Most of them are Buddhist. If they are not Buddhist, they are Sikh religion, which is universal thing. You know, they don't just practice one thing. They practice more of charity. Those people you see that wears a turban from India, from Punjab, from India, they are not Hindus. They are not Christian. They are of the Sikh religions. You go into Iran, everybody in Iran is not Shiite Muslims. There are among the Shiite Muslims those who followed the poets. They have certain poets who don't follow all this, go to war, hate people, kill people. They are sect like that. Those ones intermarry with Jewish and Christians, and you will not even know that they are not Muslims. Or you go to Egypt and other places and you see there are a different kind of Muslims who believe in the spirit world. Those one is forbidden in their constitution to go to war, to behead anybody, to cut anybody. They tell you that God doesn't like that kind of rubbish. They pursue Islam religion in a different way, like they are the Pentecostals of Islam. So they are different. So don't let anybody fool you that they are all the same thing. They are different ones. And they are those ones who are into Hinduism, Buddhism, Muslim. They were born into it. They are very wealthy. Then they become Christians. They still practice being a Hindu openly, but secretly they worship Jesus. They do the worship of their culture and religion so that people will see it and still give them business. They can still rule over them. I can assure you there are certain families in United Arab Emirates, the seven tiny little clans that make up that kingdom, or more or less. Within those, in the families of those royal families, they are Christians. Some of them that have become Christians openly. They say, you try to kill me, I'll kill you first. Others keep it quiet. Others have seen Jesus appear to them and tell them, I'm Jesus. I want you to follow me. And they follow Jesus. But on Friday, they go to the mosque and do everything. But in private, they are Christians and they are married to Christian women. And many of the people in each of these kings, these Arab or Muslim kingdoms, most of them are married to Christian women because Christian women are the most educated. Most of their wives are medical doctors, lawyers, professors of medicines, of law, of different things, engineers. Because a lot of Arab women don't go to school. So they come for our own. You see, there was a ruler in Egypt in ancient times. And he said to Christians who didn't want to leave Egypt, because that was their country. They didn't want to migrate to other places. But by that time, the Ottoman Turks have come and taken over Egypt. Egypt used to be a Christian country, including Libya, including Turkey. Those are ancient Christian countries. And when Christians begin to quarrel among themselves, you open the door for others to come and take over. That's why you keep seeing me warning Democrat and Republican to work together, so that you don't open the doors for outsiders to come and destroy this country. I remember the Mahdi, what he says. His name is the Mahdi. He says to the Christians, I'm not asking you to be a Muslim. I want you to remain a Christian. But dress like Muslims, perform their ceremonies, go to their worship. When they say Allah inside your heart, you say Jesus. Let them see and think that you are doing so that everything can flow together. But you know you are not. Politics has been part of religion for centuries. See, in Saudi Arabia, one Nigerian guy is always Nigerian. I don't know what's wrong with people from that country. One Nigerian guy went on pilgrimage to Mecca. You know what he was doing? That guy carried booze. He carried booze. He carried alcohol to Mecca. You are not supposed to bring alcohol to Mecca. I mean, you can drink in other cities of Saudi Arabia. That man did not go for no pilgrimage. He went to go and sell booze. He went to go and sell alcohol. Mary, are you listening? And Vivian?
Yes.
He's not even a Muslim. He dressed like one of them. Went to go and perform the Hajj. And he has organized with people over there. And they have already sent the alcohol ahead of him. And he came back. That was supposed to be his luggage. You know, they don't search their luggages when they are coming because they are Muslims. They are going for a holy encounter with God. So you are not supposed to search their luggages. And he had about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 luggages he carried with him. And nobody asked. You are supposed to just carry like a little bag and go for Hajj. Even if you are a president of a nation, you just carry very few things and go. Because you are just like anybody in that when they do the pilgrimage. You are just like anybody else. Nobody knows who is who. There is no police escort or military to stand by you when you are there. They don't allow that. You are like everybody else. You will die like everybody else. That's how they put their religion. So that's why, whether if you're a president of a nation, prime minister, or a king, when you die, they bury you. 1 hour after you are dead, once they finish chanting, they remove your clothes and give to the living to wear. Remove your rings. Everything you have, they will give it to the living. Not our own, that they want to go and bury you inside a Rolls Royce. To show. Have all this big ceremony. The Indian people, the Hindus, and the Buddhists have no time for it. Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims have no time for that nonsense. They remove everything in you and give it to those who are alive. And they take a white cloth or whatever, or gold, pertaining to which religion you are and what rank you were. They use the loin cloth, wrap around you from head to toe, and then open the ground and put the person there. 1 hour after the person is dead, and that's the end of it. There is no ceremony. There's nothing. Life continue as usual. In India, they chant, sprinkle rose water on the person, put together the fireplace, and lay the person there and set the person on fire. And everybody turn back and go their way. Buddhists, the same thing. No expenditure, no big. This person is not there. That's what they tell you. That's his home. He has left his house. Respect the house by burning it or by putting it in the ground where it comes from. And they are smarter than us. Go and look at their marriages. Their marriages is a few minutes. If it is the Buddhists, they will kill a bull, a buffalo, and take the blood and recite something from their holy book and put the blood. See, everything is by blood. Put the blood on the woman's face, put the blood on the man's face, and then they pronounce the man and wife. It takes a second, and everybody eats and they go away. They don't even have no marriage certificate. I think these days they are having it, and then there is a ring that shows. In many Buddhist and Hindus communities, they don't have none of those things. 2 men from Asia were coming. A man and his wife were coming into America, and they went to the U.S. embassy to go and get their documents to travel. And they asked them, both of you are married? They say yes. So where is the marriage certificate? They say they look at the husband of the husband and the wife. They look at the man. They say, what say you? What say you? The person who is interviewing them say, where is the paperwork that shows that 2 of you are married? The man, the wife said, me no understand. Paper? Why paper? We hear you give You give paper us. We go America. Why you ask us paper? We don't have paper. That's why we come embassy. The man said, you and your husband married to you, husband, wife? They say, yes. Where paper that says two of you married as Buddhists, because two of you Buddhists, they say, yeah, Buddha, yes, Buddha. They say, where paper from Buddha? Where paper from Buddha that says both of you are married, or from Buddha person, like we are pastors, they have their lamas and their high lamas and so. Where paper from Buddha or Buddha person that shows two of you are married? They say, Buddha paper us? Buddha not paper anybody. Buddha died long time. Do you hear that? Buddha died long time, you know? No more. The American man stood there looking at two of them. Then they went and called an interpreter that can speak is the Thailand language to come, because these people are coming from the village. Not that they were living like in Bangkok. They are coming from the village and they are coming to America. So the person came and interpreted and asked them and said, they want something that shows that two of you are married. There is no ring on your finger. There is no paper. The man said, bloody hell, listen to me. Tell the man who is interviewing us whether he doesn't like us. They say, no, he liked two of you. The man said, I like two of you, but I want the paperwork that shows so that I know that you are not carrying somebody's wife, or is your sister, or is your brother, or things like that. We want to make sure that we have the right thing. The man said, let me tell you something. We had no money when we got married, but we wanted to build a family. Two of us, we are not educated. We never went to school. We can't write our names. We can speak our language and write our language, but not English. We've never been outside our village. They asked us to go from our village to the city where they will give us that certificate when we got married. We were supposed to have it. That is the money that I should use. That's the money that I used to feed my family for 1 year. It is the money for transportation alone. The money also to pay for that paper you are talking about, that we are married. The money for that paper alone can allow me to buy like 20 pigs, because they eat pigs. Can allow me to buy 20 pigs for my sisters to raise until they are big, for us to kill and eat and have rice and enjoy, and me to feed my wife and feed my children. So the money to get that, to buy that paper, and the money to go to the city was what we've been using to eat. I bought chicken, I bought some pigs, I started building house, I completed it. That's the money of that paper. And then he said, they don't give them no paper. If you want the paper, you go to the big city. It costs a lot of money. Nobody go for it. But everybody know you married. So the man stamped the paper for them. After making a call to somewhere, and everything came back right. Stamped the paper for them. And this village couple will say, how he want us to go and get paper? Is paper food? That's what they said. Is paper food? We are after food first. We don't need no paper for marriage. We don't need no ring for marriage. Those things cost a lot of money. Nobody do it. Because you need money buy food. You need food eat. You need food eat strong. Be a family happy. You don't go buy paper. Paper not food. They take it easy, simple, Straight to the point. A lot of these other religions. Ours, you go to get married today, people go to take loan to go and get married, to come and show off for no reason. Somebody died, they will keep the person there for 1 year until everybody has gathered enough money for some idiot to take and go and enjoy. Everybody will bring cow, will bring this, to come and show up. The same food that you did not cook for that person who died. If you've been killing cow each year and putting meat and buy a freezer and keep for your mother and father for them to eat and enjoy, they will be living. But when they die, you come and prove to everybody that you love your parent. When they were alive, you never gave them nothing. See, different ways of thinking. That's why any good thing I can do for any of you, I'll do it now that you are alive, and now that I'm alive. It's not when somebody died. That's when you want to go and show the world that you love the person. They'll start crying. You see wicked people, they cry the most, and they didn't contribute a dime to that person who died. Beatrice, was your question answered?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Beatrice, immediately after the service, you call me. There is something that I have on my log book that need your attention. There are things that I want you to do. Is the supermarket open back there?
The opening of the indoor one, the indoors. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there's something I want you to go and buy. So call me, I'll tell you what it is. Okay? Okay.
I'll put it afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Next question. All right, we'll close it right here, and we will meet again on Sunday. We'll meet on Sunday. Thank you so much. Remember, the Archbishop's birthday is coming up soon, so we are waiting for them to finish the flyer or the poster so that we put it everywhere. And you know, also please, if your birthday is coming, don't think that sometime that I will remember. There are too many people that follows what we are doing. Please, will you be kind enough that a week or two to your birthday that you just shoot me a text message or leave me a voicemail and tell me my birthday is coming on so and so day. That will be very, very important to me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.